everyone, my name is Lauren, and if you clicked on this video and read the title, then you know it's going to be about sexual assault awareness and the things that I did to help grow and heal and move forward from a traumatic experience in my life. If you are a sexual assault victim, I just want to let you know personally that you are going to be okay. And this situation does not define you. You are beautiful, you are strong, you hold power in your life, and that your feelings are valid, your circumstance is valid, your situation is valid. And I really hope that you gain something in this video to help you heal and move forward in this journey of, dealing with a traumatic event. So the reason why I wanted to do this video is because in July of 2019, I was sexually assaulted, and I really just felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to. And anytime that I went on the internet to find comfort in something, it was sad, or I really just felt like I couldn't relate to it because no one looked like me and no one's story was necessarily like mine. So I just really felt alone in what I was going through, and like I really couldn't talk to anybody because I would have to go through the details and, explain myself and have to relive something all over again that was already traumatic. And I didn't want to have to go through it. So I just sought comfort in other things and, that really weren't necessarily beneficial to my health. And when I, found things that worked for me, then I started to feel better, and it started making me want to be better and to just, move forward and move past it and remind myself constantly that it didn't define me and that I was more of a person than that circumstance. So I just really wanted to create a space, especially for Black girls, especially for Black women, to be able to look and realize that they're going to be okay regardless. And it's not as taboo as we really think it is. I think for every Black woman who comes forward and talks about their sexual assault experience, there are 15 Black women who don't. And the age range that you are most likely to get sexually assaulted is 16 to 19, which means that young women in general are really having to deal with something that is a terrible experience, and 1 in 4 women will most likely be sexually assaulted, and that's a real reality for a lot of people. It was also brought to my attention when I was researching things to help other people that 13% of those who are sexually assaulted attempt suicide. And I remember how I was feeling in the beginning of these stages where I couldn't even, verbally say that I had been sexually assaulted without, feeling an immense amount of emotions. And I really did at one point just ask God, why? Why am I here? What's the reason? What's the purpose? And if you don't believe in God, you're really probably feeling, purposeless. And I understand that. And I understand that emotion, that feeling. And I wanted to let people know that it is okay. You're going to be okay. You really are going to be okay. So yeah, here are some of the tips that I have to help heal and grow and move forward. So the first step that I took towards healing was to understand that it was not my fault. It is not your fault. What happened to you was not in your control. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it. There's nothing you could have worn. There's nothing you could have said. There's nothing that you could have done to prevent this from happening to you, because it was solely that other person's fault. There's no question as to how many drinks you had or what you had on, or did you insinuate that you wanted to. No, it is not your fault. And that's it. And that's something that you're really going to have to come to terms with in order to move forward in this healing process, because a lot of times, especially for me, I was just constantly going through the route that I was taking throughout the whole entire transaction. I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have said, or I could have done, and it's really was not on me. and I know that now, but I want other people who have gone through this experience that you are not at fault. So the second step that I took towards healing was talking to someone. I cannot emphasize this enough, because if you're constantly keeping those emotions bottled up in you, then there's no release. You're not able to, let go of that negative energy, and it's constantly going to build up and build up and build up, and at some point you are going to explode, and that you don't know how that's going to transcend or what that's going to look like. So if you're getting ahead of it and allowing yourself to feel those emotions and to communicate that effectively with somebody, or not effectively, but just talking about it, getting it out. A lot of times my thoughts were just really scrambled in my head, and talking it out and verbalizing what I thought I was feeling led me to really understand what I was going through. And it doesn't always have to be a therapist. I do recommend finding a therapist who specializes in sexual trauma, but finding someone who's a friend, a trusted friend, somebody who's a trusted adult. If you're younger, a counselor or a parent, or also having friends and a support system is really, really important, because there are going to be days where you don't want to talk to anybody. There's going to be days where you're going to want to be isolated, and you're going to have some anxiety around it, or depression, or just be having so many things going on, and you're going to need something or someone to help pull you out of it sometimes. And when I started talking about it, I truly felt better. And it was just baby steps. I wouldn't just go around telling everybody what happened to me, but telling a friend first, and then being able to talk to it in a group, or just things. Your limitations, your ability to come and talk to people about things. I just recommend finding that trusted person to talk to. So the third thing that really helps me move forward was finding something to occupy my mind. When you are constantly having an idle mind, and it's like you're not occupying it with something positive or positive energy, that negativity loves to creep back in, loves to try to keep you down. But you can't be kept down, because we're stronger, and we're growing, and we're prospering, and we're doing everything we can to move forward past this experience and to grow. And if you allow yourself to sit and pity yourself in a way, it will put you in a really dark place. But you have to realize that you are not this circumstance, that this doesn't define you. And when you are doing other things and you're finding purpose in other things, then it's helping you release energy, and filling you with positive things, and helping you be the person that you want to be, and not the person that you think you are based off of this experience. So this could be journaling, reading a book, playing a sport, working out, hanging out with your friends, watching a movie, TV shows, doing anything that helps you put yourself in a positive space and just have something positive in your life to look forward to. The fourth step that I took throughout the entire journey, but I realized this a little later, was to be patient with yourself, because everyone's journey is different when dealing with a traumatic experience. And these aren't necessarily steps that you go in order in months, and it's not a specific timeline. It's all according to your emotions, your feelings, what works best for you. And you really have to just try things and figure it out in order to move forward and move past it, and to heal and to grow. Because if you're not trying it, then you really don't know what works for you. So I would say just understand that the process takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of work, and it does take a little bit of effort, but you can do it. It's just not going to be easy all the time. You're going to have days where you don't want to do anything. You're going to have days where you might have a high level of productivity, and you do things which are great, but just if you are not on that level all the time, recognize that is okay, and that is a part of healing. Along with that, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to have those different emotions when dealing with, you know, sexual assault. You might have really dark thoughts sometimes, or be in a really dark place, and that's okay. Just having these techniques, these things to pull you out of it really help. And if you do believe in a higher power, like God or anyone, then I do suggest that you find some comfort in your spirituality and growing there, and just, you know, trying to be as positive as possible really helped me. Because I'm telling you, if you were to talk to me in August about this, I probably would have broke down in your face. And for me to even say that, like, I'm okay now. I'm able to verbalize what I felt, how I was feeling, the whole shebang, and I am growing. And I want you to grow too. So I think that is all I had. If you have other tips that you want to share with people, feel free to comment them. I think that would be great for us to start a conversation and to continue to knock down these barriers for the conversation about sexual assault. And I really do hope that you found something in this video to help you heal and move forward and grow and spread positivity. And I just really want you to know, again, if I haven't said it enough, that you are going to be okay, and you're going to move forward, and everything in your life is that you want is coming to fruition. And yeah, thank you for watching.